Hello, it's 29th of March 2019 and I've just parked at Coleton Camp car park. Great car park in Kingswear that leads you onto the southwest coastal path, and I'm just about to head down to Ivy Cove and then I'm going to head westerly towards Coleton Fish Acre past there, and then on to Kelly's Cove, where it's a good place to see a lot of primroses this time of year in early spring. And I'm just going to vlog it, get some photos, check out the scenery there, and discuss a few topics maybe. So yeah, let's head off. So I like heading to the coastal path from the Coleton camp, and you get to see the sea most of the walk down to the coastal path, which is nice. You can see the Daymark beacon over there, which was a navigational tool. Beautiful spring day, and this coastal path down to Ivy Cove is a National Trust path, and it's public right of way, and goes through the farmland, the fields here. And you can see the sheep in there, and all the hedges and fences crisscross the countryside. Nice blossom out. So I'm just heading into a field that's got sheep in. These poor sheep are probably lambs that are going to be chopped, or they're used for breeding. Can't tell how old they are now. I suppose they're breeding sheep. Yeah, so obviously it's nice being able to walk through this countryside to get to the coastal path, but so much of Britain's landscape is used up in farmland for animal agriculture, and there's so much cruelty involved. It would be nice if we moved towards a more plant-based diet. It would free up a lot of land, because animal agriculture is so wasteful of resources because of all the crops have to be grown to feed to the animals. Then the animals are killed and fed to people, but it would be a lot more efficient to feed the crops directly to humans, and in that way we could free up land and manage the whole ecosystem and nature of Britain in a more beneficial way to, you know, the people and animals and the environment. And we could return a lot of land, you know, back into natural woodland, or even I think humans are part of nature, so we should actually enhance the landscape, you know, create parks that you could walk through with, you know, you could imagine you could have fruit trees here and still be able to walk through a lot of this land, and it could be animals could live in harmony with it, like a food producing park with new technology and ways to manage the animals and the environment for, you know, for the benefit of everyone. And people could explore a lot more of you know, you could open up a lot more land to the public, and then people could pick their own food and help grow it. And, you know, you could have people donating labour as part of their social responsibility, and that secures like social benefits and things like that. You know, these are sort of some ideas I think about of new ways, you know, to make Britain a better place, a fairer place, more beautiful, and to protect the wildlife and renew it, replenish woodland and natural species. Anyway, yeah, something to think about. Some beautiful rolling hills of Devon, these green waves, roller coaster landscape, and yellow gorse bushes out. Yeah, so I just passed the wild ponies that are allowed to graze on this coastal path, and that would obviously be nice if there was a lot more of a range of park, food producing parks for animals to freely move across. So they're quite hemmed in here, even though they've got some beautiful coastline to live in and graze off, and they're used to manage the land a bit. And they used to be able to go down on Scabbacombe Beach, but they've closed that off to the ponies because apparently the ponies were causing some issues there. Not people couldn't enjoy the beach so easy when they were there, but it's a shame. I used to like seeing the ponies on the beach. Anyway, now just heading towards Pudcombe Cove and then on to Kelly's Cove, where we should see some primroses, and you can see the day mark, the day beacon over there, and that is Pudcombe Cove just round the corner, which is the private beach of Coleton Fishacre House, but used to have steps down, and that was their private beach, but it's not accessible now via the steps that have collapsed. But I did visit on my paddleboard last summer, which is the first time I went there, and yeah, it's a lovely little beach. So just down there is Pudcombe Cove. Kelly's Cove is just round that headland. The viewing point of the beach, Pudcombe Cove. And there you can see the tidal pool where it was when it was the private beach. So I paddleboarded there last summer, and it's nice to actually walk on the beach, see it from the perspective of the sand and the sea kissing the shore. There is Coleton Fishacre Gardens, National Trust property. You can see the big ferns, palm ferns in the garden there. There's some big prehistoric plants at the bottom of Coleton Fishacre. and there's a stream coming through Coleton Fishacre, and it comes down onto the beach in a waterfall, but in the summer the waterfall was all grown over with what looked like Japanese knotweed, but now you can just about see it as the weed has died back as it's coming out of autumn into spring. You can just about see the waterfall there coming onto the beach. Now you can cut up there to the car park, but I'm going to keep going to Kelly's Cove, see the Primroses. So just approaching Kelly's Cove, and these banks here are normally full with primroses this time of year, and I can just see them coming into view. Yeah, it's a great time to walk the coastal path, early spring, and new life is appearing, the leaves starting to bud, and the primroses are appearing this time, late March, early April. And we got a big wave of yellow on this bank at Kelly's Cove on the South Devon coastal path. Flowers that will be coming into life will be the bluebells, and then you'll get waves of blue. It's quite a rejuvenating time of year to walk the coastal path, all the new life emerging in nature. And one of the great things about walking the coastal path is the elevation, and you get to look down at beautiful views like Kelly's Cove here, and you get that sense of flying through the air almost, as you can look down at the birds below you flying. That's Kelly's Cove. 29th of March 2019. South Devon coastal path. Whew.